Hello, everyone.
Blessings.
We are here. We are here. Let's go live on Facebook. You know, we have a strong Instagram. I mean, I said live on Facebook. Let's go live on Instagram because we have a big support on Instagram. Hey, y'all.
I see her. I'm joining in.
Yes, let's get the co host in here. Okay. Let's get our lovely co host. Ooh, yeah.
Just sent the request.
Hey, y'all. What going?
I'm here.
How are you?
I'm great.
Okay. How about we hop right in?
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Cultivating Conversations with DP Squared, the best podcast in all of Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your host, Deja Parker, along with my amazing co-host.
It's me, DeAndre.
And, thank you for joining. Thank you to everyone who watches later, because like I always say, we know people watch after the fact. And I think, you know what? Honestly, let's start here. How have you been?
It's been a very hectic week.
Mm-hmm.
A very hectic 2 weeks, to be honest. But
Mm-hmm.
coming out of spring break, they really came with the heavy hitters. But we're getting the end of school, so I mean, just trying to get through it and just fight
Yeah.
through this last month, really. And it's just been bombarded with testing exams, but other than that though, my spirits have been high. It's been warm about 4 days. I mean,
Yeah,
can't really be
honestly,
mad.
I can't be mad at it. That's
Yeah.
good.
What about you?
I've been good. This is spring break for University of Maryland, so I have
Yeah.
been chilling. We've been off yesterday and today, and then we get to work from home the rest of the week. So
Oh wow.
I've been able to just like do things for myself that I haven't been able to do in a while, and just take
Take
a
a deep breath.
breath and a
Yeah.
step back from work. So it's been good this week.
That's
It's been
good.
good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, but as always, let's get started with our quote.
Mm-hmm.
Quote of the day. I found this one very interesting, honestly. Oh, again, this is our book, 2,500 Years of Wisdom, Sayings of the Great Masters.
Mm-hmm.
But this one says, the first duty of love is to listen. The reason why I chose this quote will make sense for like the topic we're choosing or we chose to talk about today, but I guess I can ease into it a little bit. So since March is Women's History Month, we wanted to celebrate women for one, but also discuss the challenges and uphill battles that women have to face. So if you aren't a woman, it's still good to join because the first step to love is to listen. Like you should listen
True.
and learn about people's
True.
perspectives and figure out how you can support through their journey. So
Definitely the more perspective you know, the more intelligent you will be. So
exactly.
that's good. That's good. All right. So what's the so how do I feel about the quote though?
Yeah, how do you feel about that quote? I can read it again. Did you want me to read it again or you
Yeah,
good?
you can. You can.
Okay, it says the first duty of love is to listen.
Very true. Especially, love is in many forms and many streams, but understanding, which is a part of listening, is super important when interacting with any form of love. It could be partnership or family or friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding who you are dealing with, the first step of success, especially. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
we have a couple things that we want to discuss when it comes to Women's History Month, just in general. Did you know that March was Women's History Month, DeAndre?
Until it was posted, I did not know.
No, I mean that's good. I'm not gonna say that's good, but it's like that's the reason why.
I didn't know it came right after Black History Month.
Yeah, I remember when I was in high school for Women's History Month, I was in a fashion show. I wish I had pictures from this, but we had a fashion show, and it was all like a lot of like the women in the high school. We had to like do it, and during the I forget what it was like. What do they call it in high school? When you is that a meeting or something? I don't know what they call it, but the whole school like comes in the
I know what
auditorium.
you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, so we did the fashion show and walked around. I think I had like 90s. I think I did the 90s because we did different generations. It was champ. It was so champ, but it was a good time.
Okay. Before we
I
just
don't know.
start,
I don't know why I mentioned that, but
before we just start, everybody in the chat, drop how your week was going. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Drop it.
okay, yeah. How's everybody week going? 1 out of 10. If I had to say mine, I'm gonna say a strong 9
Okay, that's good. That's good.
because I went to
Work got
bar
you
class
free.
today.
Oh wow.
You said what?
I said work got you feeling free.
Oh, for sure. When you leave work out of the equation, you're in a better mood. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I give my week 8. I have been having a good week though. The work hasn't messed my week up, but
okay,
I'm ready though.
okay, 9.5. That's good. All right, bet. So our first topic that we wanted to talk about. Oh, okay. Dijon said like 6. Okay. Hopefully it gets a little higher then by the end of the week.
Yeah,
Calm 7. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to go with the first one?
Okay, let's get straight into it. And how this topic came about is actually we know that the election is coming up.
Oh, wait, 1 second. Hold on.
Oh,
Jay said 8 to 9 easy. Started the week off with a bang. Lunch with Big Day.
Oh, yeah.
Period. Get lunch with me and your week will start off amazing.
I heard about that.
So no, it was a great time. Keanu said 6.5. Okay. Sorry, good.
All right. So we started this topic off right here with thinking we're talking about politics because we know the election is coming up. And me and Dave are sitting back thinking like, first of all, we talk about the candidates and how we went to learn more. We didn't really know a lot. But then in the same breath, we was like, what about the female and women candidates? Like, where are they even in smaller roles in the community or positions in the government, for Congress or judicial systems, whatever. We were just wondering, like, why is always these older men in these positions? So the first topic we want to strike is women in higher positions. Like, where does that stand? Does that need to develop and be progressed, or is it at a good point? And I want to get straight into it, right? So I did a little bit of research, right?
Okay.
And it is reported that more gender diversity on a senior executive level, this wasn't the UK, has corresponded to higher performance. And I want to ask you, as a woman, to start off, when you see other people in the workforce that you work at, and maybe in higher positions, does it make you feel more obligated to want to do more or more comfortable?
When women are in higher positions?
Yes, at the places you work at.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think it matters?
I'm sorry?
You think it matters?
I think it matters from the standpoint of like, okay, because I won't say that. I don't necessarily think that a woman supervisor is necessarily better than a male supervisor all the time, but I do think it just helps to bring perspective. Like sometimes men don't always understand like motherhood, or they don't understand that like your emotions all the time and stuff. Because the last 3 supervisors I've had were all women, like here in my last 2 previous jobs, and I could see like the major difference of just like feeling supported, sometimes, not all the time, but I'm saying overall it was more of a feeling of feeling supported, seeing myself in them. So it's like, okay, I can be a powerful woman and be respected and still like show my womanhood, if that makes sense. So I think it definitely is important to me because it's from more of like a representation standpoint, but I won't necessarily say that like it has to be a woman for it to be like more productivity.
So you wouldn't say though like higher performance for you personally?
Oh, for me personally?
No, I'm just saying like not personally saying in your personal experience you don't see any higher performance when you see a woman in a higher position.
I don't know. Only because
a tough question, but
I say only because like I will say, and I'm not saying this is all women, but I do think more women care more about other things outside of just meeting the bottom line. Meaning, I think sometimes a lot of men just want to say like, okay, how much money do we make? Like how much, what goals did we achieve today? Instead of thinking broader, like, are we a better staff from our professional development? Are we like
from a creative standpoint?
Yeah, it's like a wider lens of what success means sometimes when it comes from a woman's perspective, as opposed to sometimes in other situations. It's just like, I don't want to hear none of that. Like how much productivity are you having today when it comes to the bottom line? And again, that's just from my perspective. I can't speak to all women or all men or something, but I definitely have seen that in my job.
Yeah, I can definitely speak from my experiences working. I've had many jobs, and I can tell you that primarily male groups or primarily male senior people where you don't have a lot of women involved, you definitely see the difference once you step
Yeah.
into a place where it is. You
Yeah.
can see that like the creative flow or the dynamic and
Yeah.
how things are working off each other is definitely more positive. Because I feel we were brought here to work together. So
Mm-hmm.
in many instances, one dominant gender is not always the answer
Yeah.
in anything.
Yeah. Anything. There should always be like a mixture for
Yes.
sure.
Mhm.
I saw something that said that what did it say here? It said there are 8 to 25% less women in executive roles, like
Mhm.
higher level positions, as
Yeah.
opposed to men. Why do you think that is?
Okay.
And it's not a single answer.
No,
I'm just asking. Why do you think that is?
I really think that it is based on stereotypes that then funnel into expectations. And then
Mm-hmm.
many times when a woman is maybe applying for a job or trying to get to a senior role, people will already have connotations based on the individual of what they learned and what they've grown up from before they even know what they can do in the field. They rather
Mm-hmm.
hire the guy with maybe less qualifications
Mm-hmm.
compared to a woman with higher qualifications just because of the stigma they feel is going to happen if they
Yeah.
hire the woman. And oh, go ahead.
No good.
I was gonna say, and honestly, and in many cases, they think that if a woman comes, maybe it'll be a less comfortable situation for everyone. Not in a way of like
Mm,
emotionally, but
mm,
working. You rather work for a guy compared to a lady type of vibe,
mm.
like a superiority complex type of thing.
Yeah, that's true. Because I know a lot of women struggle with like respect being over likability, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
a man, you can respect and be like, I don't really like you like that, but at the end of the day, I know you my supervisor, whatever. But it's
Mm.
something about when a woman is in a higher level position,
Yeah,
it's like they struggle with not feeling liked, and people do make them feel that way. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's what I'm
Like
saying.
you
That's what I'm
feel
saying.
so. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
and I had a few questions I wanted to ask you. This is from Forbes, okay?
Okay.
Reasons why women are not in high positions. Like they weren't saying why, but they were asking like why not. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring it to you and see what you had to say.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that there is gender bias in the workforce?
Yes.
And I'm personally too.
100. Yes. I think mainly too because a lot of industries are male dominant. So human nature is to want to be around people that you're quote unquote the most comfortable with, which sometimes is people of your same gender.
Uh,
So like for instance, my job they hired a lot of new people this year, but one section of the department is like the people who work on renovating the facilities or whatever. They hired 10 new people, right?
mhm.
How many do you think were women?
Three.
Auntie said a lot of men don't like to take orders from women for sure.
True. Three.
That happened. 3?
Yes.
None.
So it was 10-0.
And then we were at the staff meeting and they showed a picture like, hey guys, everybody welcome the new staff who's working on just, they're renovating like a basketball facility at Maryland. I'm like, no one put this slideshow together and nothing crossed them. Like nobody
Yeah.
was like, this looks crazy.
Right.
So I'm saying all that to say, I definitely think there is gender bias, especially in my role right now. We're all women. There's 5 of us. We're all women, and we constantly feel like we're not respected in the department.
Mm.
And I sometimes feel it might be with age too, but I also feel that it's like because we're women.
Right. Right.
So
Okay. Another question. Lack of role models. Do you see that as a problem?
yeah, but I think sometimes women do need to keep in mind as well is that all women can't be your role model. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the sad truth that I had to learn just in life and at work is that like if it's a woman, I automatically be like, okay, they gonna support me, they gonna have my
Yeah.
best interest, they know how it felt when they were my age. But it's like
Yeah.
you
That's
cannot
not
think that
true.
because there have been so many men who have catapulted me in my life
Mhm.
that I wouldn't have imagined just because off the strength of just being like, oh, they're a man, they might not support me. And that was far from the truth. So
Okay.
I think role models could be a woman or a guy, honestly.
Okay. Jeff said, "Nah, that's crazy." 10-0.
Yeah, 10-0 is nuts. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. This is the last question I got.
Okay.
Do you think that people understand the work and life balance of women, or you think that it's kind of neglected?
I think it's becoming more understandable
Okay.
for sure. I definitely think so.
Mhm.
But I've known multiple people who are like in their 40s who have said they put their career over
family.
Yeah, family or just personal goals. Because everyone
Yeah.
doesn't want to be a parent, but like just, maybe finding love or doing traveling, whatever the case, like you put that over. Like a lot of women fear, okay, if I take a break to have a family or to do the things I want to do, I'm not gonna be able to just hop back into it like a man could.
Mhm.
And sometimes men are able to do everything at one time with no problem.
Yeah.
But with the women, because you take on more responsibilities when it comes to the other stuff outside of your life, it's like it's hard to juggle everything. So
True.
I don't think every job respects the work-life balance. No.
Okay. That's all I had.
Oh, women mindset because of those women in leadership roles. You know what? I think that's an important reason why women need to be more in leadership roles because they will understand that more. You know what I mean? Like simply. But okay, next topic though. This might lean into it a little bit more, but the next one is misogyny. Now, I feel like it was helpful to start with the definition because everybody might not know what that means.
That's true.
So you can't always assume. So misogyny is the definition is a dislike of or an ingrained prejudice against women. Now, no one's going to admit that they're misogynistic,
True.
but
no one's going to admit that.
But it's helpful to like look out for it. I think
Yes.
so. I would just encourage people to kind of look out for it because it might be subtle. It's not going to just be like no one's going to raise their hand and be like, "Yes, I am misogynistic." You know what I mean?
No. No one's going to raise their hand and say I'm racist. You know.
For sure. Do you have any examples or have you ever like witnessed that before when someone has been like
ridiculing women and
or like talking over them or disregarding what they're saying or like treating them different way because they are a woman? You can say no, but I was just curious. I want to hear.
I definitely feel like I have experienced that, and a lot of times probably not even realizing that it's happening. Because you just it's very normalized too.
Yeah.
I know mansplaining is taken as a joke, but a lot of times that happens. Like a lady will say something, and the guy has to repeat it to make it seem more clear. And I definitely have done that probably, but I think I definitely have seen misogyny. I just probably can't pinpoint it, but now I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look though.
I'll give one example real quick then, just to like. So when I was at work, I had to work on a fundraising event, I guess. But the guy who was it was his event, if that makes sense. But they were working with me because I handle all of the community service stuff, right?
Yeah.
So when I tell you, DeAndre, this man was so disrespectful, like on the phone, in email, disregarded what like my rules and authority of what are the rules about trying to have an event on our campus, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wanted to go above me, around me to try to like get what he wanted and stuff. And I felt, and I didn't want to get too much into details because like, you never know, this could go somewhere and somebody might see it. But like, I felt so disrespected in that moment, and I felt he was super misogynistic. And the one issue that I thought, the main issue or takeaway I got from that was that, wow, a lot of the women said, oh, that's just how he is. Like, we have to do this event with him. That's just how he is, da-da-da. And I'm like, that be people problem. It's a lot of women who babysit or coddle this behavior.
Justify the action.
And justify the actions. And so that I just wanted to say was crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. One thing about misogyny today I can say is that people, especially online, are becoming less human toward women. Like the so-called jokes and comments or a tweet that's just supposed to get likes and engagement. It's all building up this kind of this thing in the back of your head where you start believing the things that are being said. Yeah. Especially if you're at a young age where you're easily influenced by the things that you read, see, and listen to. You're going to now spew that at a woman, and then a lot of times people see women as like an objective or a task and not even like a person. And I think that's where the problem comes from. Like a lot, what's going on right now is like a lot of streaming is going on. And a lot of
what do you mean, like
streaming, like
streamers,
video games, like Twitch streaming, live streaming, game streaming, and in a lot of cases, without even knowing, even if the streamers know or not, they are neglecting the fact that they are belittling women in front of a large audience, or that they are showing young kids that doing this is okay because they are. Let's say one of their friends does something, they have a minor case, like with a child or a young girl or something, and they will still be friends with them. In the back of the kid's head, they're saying, "Well, if he's friends with him still, if my
Mm-hmm.
friend does this, then this is okay, or I can do this." So
Yeah.
it's just like everything's
Dijon
just
said TikTok is flooded with misogyny.
for sure, for
Mm.
sure, for sure. All the comments are horrible.
That's us. And you know what's crazy is sometimes people watch a video and go to the comments to like try to think, like try to formulate their opinion. Like they don't even have their own opinion. They go to the and I
Exactly.
read comments because they're funny,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I don't try to read the comments and be like, okay, what should I think about this? I'm gonna
Exactly.
already have
Like
my own opinion, and then
exactly.
I'm just reading.
That's
But
facts.
just
Somebody
that
will
it's
read
all for
something.
content. Yes, all
That's
for
true.
content. Because I
That's
don't even
true.
be thinking sometimes people believe what they're saying, but
They don't.
that's not the point. Like if
It's
you
the
said
sake
it,
of making exactly.
oh my
For
gosh.
the sake of making money. And like you said, people will see a post and then go to the comments to see, well, should I agree?
Right.
Or should
Like I think that too. I believe that. What?
or should like it's crazy.
And a lot of times those could be bot accounts. Like that might even
Yeah,
not even be a real thought, but they
yeah, that's true.
people gotta understand like people be trying to control our way of thinking. But I
Yeah.
don't think people understand that.
No, they don't. They don't. The
But
more division there is, the easier to control people. Not
yeah,
see people think about control and think like puppetry. No,
yeah,
they're controlling you in symbolic ways where you don't even realize the way that you act every day is helping the system belittle us and separate us. You
yeah.
know, it's like
Because the beauty of it is like they do it to where you think it was your idea.
yes,
Because
yes,
anybody who knows they're being controlled is going to be like, you
exactly.
can't tell me what to do, whatever.
Right.
But when you think it was your own thought, you want to justify it. So they make
True.
us feel like it was our idea. And we're
That's
all
very true.
victim to it, but like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, for sure. I
Definitely.
mean, this kind of goes into the next one, unless you wanted
Mhm.
to into
Not
something.
good.
So beauty standards, right? I had saw it said in 2022, the beauty industry made $528.6 billion.
Wow.
Billion dollars. Just, beauty industry when it comes to
Yeah.
like hair, makeup,
Mhm.
everything,
Yes.
clothes, whatever.
Cosmetics. Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Do you feel that even it could be friends or people that you know, do you feel or have seen people falling victim to like the beauty standards that are out here?
Yeah, I honestly believe the beauty standards have ripped our women apart completely.
Mm-hmm.
Like women in general are chasing they're not even chasing beauty no more. They're chasing a lifestyle that like it's not even about beauty standards. It's like a lifestyle standard. Like you gotta have
Yeah.
the face, the body, then your nails done, your hair done, the new bag, the new car, the go-looking
Lashes,
man,
all that.
lashes. They gotta live this lavish lifestyle. It's like it's
Yeah.
becoming so unattainable to regular people. People
Mm-hmm.
think that all the people that they see online living in these big cities are the only people that live on Earth or live in the USA.
Right.
No, beauty standards have like diminished the minds of young women that
Mm-hmm.
don't see themselves as good looking anymore.
Right. And it's like, okay. And when somebody has said, oh, everybody filters their photos, I was like,
Mhm. Yeah,
now it's different if you change the lighting or you
yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
different.
That's whatever.
Change
But
how
when
you
you're
look.
changing the way you look,
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's insane. But
Yeah,
I mean, I can't blame someone because the world is so harsh.
it
So
is.
you're gonna do whatever you can to protect yourself, or like it's not easy when you go outside and everybody look a certain way and you don't look like that. Like you're
Yeah,
just trying to get by day to day. You're trying to survive. You don't want to be the oddball or
yeah,
whatever.
that's
So I
true.
understand why people feel like that, but that's why it's important to have a certain energy or like talk within the household so that when you
True.
walk outside, at least you have some bit of like, I know I look beautiful because the people I care
Yeah.
about most think I'm beautiful type of thing.
Yeah, but the worst enemy is your mind. So it's so hard, even if you don't
True.
want to be an oddball and you go out every day feeling some way, you go home looking in the mirror and hating yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like even every time that it's like this, we talk about the soft girl era thing. Like you're living for the chase, basically, and that's not the right way to live. Because when you get back in the house and you don't have what you want, when your expectations is super high, and then
Mhm.
and then you can't meet those, you're gonna feel crappy. Like
Yeah.
it's just
But okay, so what's the difference between wanting to look good and
mm,
falling victim to a beauty standard? Because if you want to
mm,
look good, like
you can't
you're not
right.
doing it because, oh, I'm trying to
Yes.
be this person. You want to like people genuinely feel that self-care is getting their lashes
True.
done, or like I got my
That's true.
eyebrows done today. I didn't do that being like, I
Yeah.
hate the way I look. You know what I'm trying to say? So I
That's
guess
that's
it's
a
hard to
yeah.
decide
That's
between
a
the
tough
two.
line.
It's very tough.
Yeah, because a lot of times doing the self-care, just getting things for yourself just makes people feel better.
Yeah, it makes you feel good. Like who doesn't? Who wants to feel
Yeah.
crappy? I don't know.
Yeah. I guess you just have to be in tune with yourself to know that without these lashes, I'm still who I am. I think it's
Facts.
less of a face thing and more of an internal thing that
Yeah.
you feel complete within yourself. Besides all the extra things, like that's an add-on, but you're still who you
Right.
are.
Period. It's an add-on. Mine said I just bought some night cream.
I'm dead.
Nah. I feel that. Understand said we have to learn how to love ourselves the way we are. There is beauty and uniqueness for sure.
True.
Because I always think about this. Like I look at some people like they are so beautiful and they might not even think that about themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Crazy.
People are very hard on themselves.
Very hard.
Beauty standards cause a lot of issues, like depression and drug and alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
A lot of things, anxiety. So, yeah, people got to find a way to love themselves more. True.
For sure. Okay. So I feel like, we talked about this. Well, you weren't on that podcast.
Yeah, I wasn't on
there. We talked about this last week, though.
Yeah.
No, not last week. Last month. So with motherhood, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of women still, want to have a family, want to be moms, stuff like that. There's this new thing called like modern day woman, where women are just pursuing their careers, or like putting themselves first, basically. Because I think a lot of people were having families. Like some people probably genuinely want to have a family back in the day, but a lot of times that was like an obligation or not that many other options,
Yeah.
But now you have so many other options. Women can like fund themselves, live their best lives, climb the ladder in career wise, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're getting, and then a geriatric pregnancy, which means like when you have a pregnancy at a certain age, when it becomes like high risk, they lowered the age to 33. I be feeling like they be doing that stuff on purpose because they want people to have kids sooner, because people aren't having kids like that as young anymore.
Conspiracy.
So I feel like society is trying to like make people have kids because it has dropped significantly.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, what are your thoughts about like what happiness looks like for somebody versus how did you do that?
I didn't even mean to do that. I don't know.
When someone happiness versus like
having a kid.
I mean, I guess it's not really having a kid, but is it wrong for a woman to
do it like that?
Yeah, to kind of just or does every woman, not every woman, but most women at the end of the day do really want that and are kind of ruining their futures by pursuing the other avenue?
Right. I think I'm a straightforward type of guy, right?
Okay.
I believe that love is special. Love is great. No matter who you love, it doesn't have to be a guy. It doesn't have to be, whatever. I feel that partnership is important, though. I'm all for the strive for your career. Do what you want to do, make your money. Have a kid. Solo dolo. That's what you want to do. Cool. But for me, in my perspective, I do think that partnership is important. Where at the end of the day, you can go home to a place that you feel comfortable, safe, and loved in, and have a child there or something where it can be an add-on to your life. I don't see it as a threat or a harmful thing, like to me as a guy, if a woman just wants to do her own thing. But I feel at the same time, and I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but I feel everybody wants to feel like they have something or someone to be with, regardless if they want to strive for what they want now.
I just think because and I saw this somewhere, but someone said that a kid will have a better childhood if the mom is good first. So I guess to me, it's like, if that woman genuinely does not want to have a kid right now, or that's just not where they are in life, I'd rather them not do it, or even partnership, whatever, until they feel that in their heart,
Yeah.
Because if society just be like, oh, I think they should just do this just because, then I don't think that's best for the child anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well just have women who actually want to be a part of that do it, as opposed to just doing it just because you want to feel this sort of fulfillment.
Okay, off topic.
Okay.
what do you think about the they the woman has her money, she has the kid by herself, and then later on she meets a guy and they raise a kid, but very, very poorly though. It's a bad relationship. The kid is raised poorly, right? But they got the money on and they live in a good situation, right?
Uh-huh.
And this on topic. Or same situation, but they don't got the money on and they
Okay.
raise the kid in a loving household. Do you see one as better than the other?
Yeah.
Which one?
Not having.
And raising in a loving household.
Yeah.
So the money aspect doesn't play a huge role in the whole thing. As long as the kid is in a good living situation, that's what's most important.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is if the woman is in a life where she feels fulfillment, then that's the best option to me.
Okay.
If the woman if she doesn't feel fulfilled within her own self before entering into a family, I feel like I'm not gonna say the child is doomed because the women have been programmed to like put their stuff on a back burner and focus on what's in front of them. But I just feel that it's not worth it. But if between the two options, of course, I think I would definitely choose the not having as much money one for sure.
Okay.
But we live in America, like people can afford stuff.
That's true.
So to me, it's just shoot. If you can live with just you and maybe somebody else for a while, then it's like,
facts.
Do you?
That's true.
I don't know. Anyway,
it's good though. It's there for the Women's History Month. It's good.
Yeah. Do you have a hashtag Go Cultivate? Well, Go Cultivate is when we try to like leave the episode with something that people should do or something to think about or whatever.
Yeah. My Go Cultivate is for male and female.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say try to understand each other's perspectives in life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of times, even in school now, when I was younger, when I'm gonna get older, there's a disconnect between male and female people, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's hard to understand where people are coming from due to people's emotions, backgrounds, livelihoods, whatever the case may be. But sometimes you have to take a step back and put your ego and pride to the side and try to understand the other side of the world. So that's my goal cultivate. Sometimes you just gotta take a step back.
Yeah.
Try to understand because it's important too when you're friendship, partnership, family ship, whatever.
That's
people
true.
just
That's facts.
yeah.
That's facts.
What's yours though?
I was just gonna add to the women specifically is to like, and this is so cliche, but it's true. It's to use your voice because I feel like some people live in their own bubble, including me. But until you bring something to someone's attention, and it don't always have to be a direct confrontation. We're just like start a conversation about something. Ask questions, like have discussions with people who you're not always comfortable having a discussion with. Just use your voice. Like there's power in it. You should not just be in your own head about everything because you might say this person should know how to treat me. Da 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 da. But it's like some people just don't know. Speaking to the thing that you said, DeAndre, you have to open your mind to how people grew up, where they are in their lives right now. Everything is not personal. That's something I have to tell myself. Everything is not personal. So just bring it to people's attention. If you're not that type of person, just start having conversations or talk to the other women in your life to try to gain perspective about just life in general, honestly. Yeah. So that's mine, but
definitely.
Yeah, but that's it. Thank everybody for tuning in to Cultivating Conversations with DP Squared. Everyone say good luck to DeAndre for just finishing the semester off strong. It's not easy, but you got this, and we're always here to support you. Yeah. But we will be back next week with a new episode. So we love y'all and peace out.
Miss one Tuesday, right?
Huh?
We missed one Tuesday, but it was spring break. We doing good though. Not missing no more Tuesdays of the year. Okay.
Okay.
All right, though. See ya.